Hello and welcome to this random chat from Backwards Compatible. Today, my FIFA Beer Pro is making his England debut. As you can see, he's sitting there right at the top, number 15, Fiander. So, striker. Just going to basically see how well he can play. Quick little bit. I start off playing, as always, I start off playing for Arsenal, and in his infinite wisdom, Arsene Wenger always loans me out. So this season I've been playing for Stevenage. So I was called up, missed the first game, wasn't picked in the team, and that was against Denmark, and now I'm obviously playing against Germany. To say that this is going to be a step up in class compared to playing in League One is a bit silly, but you never know how good it's going to be. I love Beer Pro. I think it's a great system, whether it's in NHL or Madden or FIFA. I love the way that you're concentrating on one player, play within a team, but try and play your roles and play the game as well as you can. It can sometimes be a little bit boring, especially if your team haven't got the ball, especially playing as a striker. I usually actually prefer to play as a midfielder, but sometimes it's fun just to play something a little bit different. So as we're playing, as you can see, I'm a central striker playing by myself. Playing as a hold-up man, as a target man. I'm not the quickest. I'm quite strong, but I can actually play quite well. Actually, I've got a good scoring record, admittedly, but I'm not the best. But I still very much enjoy. Oh, that was a stupid move. I still very much enjoy playing FIFA, in the Beer Pro sense, or even in the main sense. Here we go. So, as I said, it's my international debut. It is a friendly, so nothing to worry about. Or you England fans, hopefully I won't have to take a penalty, even though I've missed a penalty this season, so you never know. It might be worth playing, hoping for penalties at the end. So, there we go. What a bit of a weird, actually. So this is 14 on the PC. I'm new to the PC, obviously. I am playing with a 360 controller. I think we've been through that a little bit before when we were looking at the penalty demonstration, which I'll put a little link to in the article related to this game. But I do find that there's not much of a difference, I don't think, really, with FIFA between the PC and the PS3, which is what I was used to playing. I haven't actually played it properly on a PS4 yet. The main difference, I think, definitely is it's the loading times. When you play this game, there's absolutely no need to load at all, which is great. It does mean that the skill games that you have at the beginning of each match aren't quite as important as they were on the PS3, but there's still quite a nice little change of pace, and I do like the way that they try and always teach you the skills of the game, which is quite good. Awful shot. Just trying to feel my way into this game, I think. I'm definitely a slow starter. The first game I always play is always my worst in the night, and as I get better I tend to then be able to knock a few goals in. The good thing, I think, sometimes about the Beer Pro, the thing I like is that you can play about with your space, you can play about with how you've rigged the game as well. I'm not going to say, yay, great goal there from Jack Wilshere, yay, Arsenal player, always fun. This is one thing I do hate about FIFA. I never get the celebrations. Why do we need them? We should just get rid of them. I think that's one thing I loved about general only rugby, is you could just turn the try celebrations off, because I don't really bother, to be honest. I know the idea with FIFA these days is, as you saw me do my little cartwheel, the fact that you're supposed to be able to make it a bit more so each player has their own individualised goal celebration. But to be honest, it just seems like showboating for the sake of it. There's no point. Might as well just get on with the game and carry on playing. That's what I always think anyway. But I am grumpy and old, which is probably the reason for it. Oh, earlier pass and that would have been the goal. Still, there we go. Sometimes greed, always greed. But obviously you do have the pass button when you haven't got the ball. You can ask the ball to be passed to you, but it is asking, and I think with a better team, it is purely just an ask. You can also ask your teammates to shoot as well, which is quite cool. There used to be a game, I think, on the Game Boy that used to do that, where you only controlled one player, and you asked him to, you could ask your teammates to pass or shoot to you. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but it used to be. It was great big sprites covering pretty much a quarter of the screen, it seemed. But it was quite fun. I think it was like a five-a-side game, and I can't remember the name of it. I used to own it, used to play it. Wasn't that great, to be honest. There were a lot better games in it, but it was still quite a lot of fun to play. So let's see. Okay. So the FIFA series has been built up, and it has got better. I do find that especially when it comes to be a pro, I do actually prefer the ice hockey. The reason is just I love the management tips you get at end of periods or when you're taking off. They want you to make more runs, they want you to play a bit better. Sometimes the scoring system on FIFA does seem, the scoring system, as you can see, is by my name on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. It just seems to be random. There's no particular reason why I should gain 2 points or lose 2 points, it seems. But with the ice hockey, it tells you what you need to do. It sends you out with a set game plan. Now, maybe you should know your game plan because you're a striker, you're a hold-up player or a defender, or you get tackled like that because you're trying to showboat. All these things should change, but I do think... Oh, too ambitious. So, too ambitious there. I do think that if they just implemented a few of the things from NHL, the game could be that little bit better. I'm not saying it needs to be a huge, great big markup, but I think sometimes the little things make the game that a little bit nicer to play. You do have objectives like the amount of goals, your percentage of shots converted, your average ratings as well. All these things are always measured in this game. But again, it just seems sometimes a little bit more would be quite nice. You do have accomplishments. These are things like scoring goals, little tasks, scoring goals and through passes, short balls, tackling, heading, all the rest of it. Each one of them helps you upgrade. So I think I started off around a 62 level. I'm now up to a 74 just because of all the accomplishments I've got, like goals, crosses, headers, tackles, all the rest of it. So my player is actually improving with every game. And again, that shows that sort of that wonderful principle in gaming, which of course is the my God, my brain's just not functioning. What's it called? The reward system. Positive reinforcement. That's the one. It makes you want to carry on playing. It makes you think, just one more shot, one more goal, and my player will level up. One more cross. Whatever. And I think that level of positive reinforcement, I think EA have done very, very well in this game. I'm not a pack buyer on the foot at all. I've never bought a pack in my life except for the ones that you're given when you buy the game. I'm not really a foot player either, to be honest. It's a great idea and I do like the principle, but I just I'm not into trading card games. I never liked any of them when I was a kid, so it's just going to be quiet just so I can see. And I pushed it wide again. Oh, that was awful. That should have been a finish. A terrible shot. Ugh. Maybe I should stop talking when I'm trying to shoot, or maybe I should talk while shooting. When I used to, one of the jokes I always made about me, I used to play rugby because rugby is my game more than football. I grew up on football because of family and because of where I lived, but no, rugby's the game I've always played. But I think people always said that I was the only player. Hey, great goal! Finally, goal on debut, excellent. I think, as a few people have said to me, I was the only player who ever could commentate while playing a game because I used to talk so much. It's probably why I like YouTube commentators well, actually, just because it's just a basic chat to yourself. And what's better than chatting to yourself? Not a lot, really, especially when you're boring like me and no one will listen to you. But at least this way, my snowball mic is obsessed and has to listen. Can't get away from me. So as I say, we yeah, foot. It's a really good principle, and I do think that it's a great. Oh, can he have another one? Oh no, can't. I do think it's one of those things that the more options you have in the game, the better it is. I love actually from the FIFA series. I think I would love to see them implement Street into the full title as well. FIFA Street was so much fun. All the different little game types. It would just, I think, if they could find a way to put, even just a fraction of those game types into the full FIFA title, I think it would be brilliant. It would give it that huge, upgrade. What you could do, think there was 4 or 5 different game types. You could, if FIFA wanted, if they could implement one a season. That's 5 seasons of content there, just completely adding up to giving that game that bit more of a grand touch. And I think if they could start adding those in, it really would bring a lot more value to the game. In saying that, every time this game comes out, people will buy it. Mostly because of roster updates, but also it's because the tweaks, they do actually work quite a lot on it, and they do make this game as good as it can possibly be. Each thing they try it works. People dislike it, especially when they had the last game when they had the change in defending, but it worked, and now I think the defending's become so much better and it's become second nature, and everybody enjoys the game. It would be good to see PES come back as well, though. I used to be a PES player growing up, but obviously I have moved over to FIFA now. But I think PES was always, it just felt like the more footballers game, whereas FIFA was the more showy game. Now, unfortunately, FIFA is the best showy game, but it's also the best gameplay game. It does seem to be turning the tide with the latest rendition of PES, but to be honest, we'll have to see, truthfully, in the next year about how well that game develops, especially with this the new engine that it got, the Fox engine, which is the Kojima one. If that can, if they can really start to implement that engine into the game, it could become something really, really, really special. But at the moment, unfortunately, I think the FIFA 14, as we're playing now, is kind of the king. Not unfortunately. So I shouldn't say unfortunately, because I do love it. It's not an unfortunate thing. Again, EA, or the FIFA franchise, or for EA Sports developers, noticed the chance to make something better, and they have keep on doing it consistently over years, and I think that should be celebrated. And I think a few too many times we do get a little bit blasé about, when something's consistently good, we just tend to knock it off. But how often does FIFA drop out of the top 3 in terms of sales in England? Hardly ever, to be honest. And how often left foot, never going to score, and how often do other games jump in and out? I don't think FIFA ever drops out of the top 10. I mean, it just doesn't happen, and generally it's within the top 3 games in this country. Admittedly, obviously in other countries maybe not, but definitely in England it's always been the top dog in terms of consistency and being on top of the sales charts. So I think, as they always say, FIFA is everybody's second game. Everyone has FIFA. It seems to be, the two games that everyone will buy are usually Call of Duty and FIFA. In other countries that might obviously change to Madden, or that was a bad pass, or NHL. I sometimes think that's just because of a lack of decent rugby games, but you never know. Hopefully, EA will get that. It will start making rugby games again, because EA rugby games are always brilliant. I can always dream, but if I could play with this sort of quality on a rugby field, I would be so happy. So, anyway, I think we're beginning to wind down now towards the end of the game. What are we, 83 minutes? So I think this has been not a bad debut for me. Let's say from Stevenage to the England game from Stevenage to the England national is not bad in one season. I do think that Arsenal probably missed him, especially after their 2-2 draw with Southampton tonight. I think if my little Be a Pro had been playing, I'm sure they would have scored a lot more goals. But I do love this. I do really enjoy playing football games, and I will be trying to bring a few little ideas based on this gameplay video tonight, based around football as well. So if you want to join in, if you interested, then just drop us a line at the site. Please give a like if you like it. If you didn't like it, that's fine, just leave a quote. I will always try to make things a bit better. I do apologise for the fact that the gameplay's a bit boring, and I do think I'm not going to do that many be a pro commentaries, just because they do tend to be slightly boring, and say unless you're a midfielder, yay, 2 goals. So on the 90th minute, my second goal, that was awful actually. Poor defending by Germany. This is really not a good German team to let that happen, but can't complain, and managed to finish a very, very easy second goal. So I'm very happy to say that my first outing in an England shirt has got me a 9.5 rating, which is pretty tasty, to be truthful. And thank you very much for listening, and I think that's the end. But even I will just be very sad and have a quick little look at the last goals. But thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.